Record. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Three Fat Truckers. We're your hosts. I'm Bill. Joining me, as always, are my two fantastic co hosts, Dave and Steve. How's it going, guys?
How you doing today, Bill?
Yeah, right on. This
Good day,
is,
everybody. Enjoy the show.
yeah, this is episode 21, recorded on the 19th of November, 2022. Show notes will be linked in the show description if I remember. If not, I don't know. Make do. Uh, we've got a special guest this week, guys. What do you think? This is Dan. He's an
How
old
you
buddy of
doing,
mine.
Dan?
How we doing,
Good.
Dan?
Welcome to
Enjoying
the
the
show, Dan. Now, I asked Dan to come on the show because he made a post on Facebook last week, and it kind of rang true to me because it got me to thinking about something that had been on my mind once or twice over the years. Where um, sometimes I think we drivers, and I know this is not going to be popular. I think sometimes we drivers get caught up in our victim mentality, and we we're in a sort of denial about some of the things that we do that might be contributing to some of the bad attitudes that we get out in the public. Some of the obvious behavioral problems that we have, and just a lot of bad habits that we've got. So, um, Dan, why don't you go ahead and tell the story about what you came across recently?
That was we were in the Loves in Chandler, Arizona, down there last week, and went in to use the restroom, and the line in there. That's a small restroom, had 4 stalls in there for if you go do your business, and two of them could go in. One flooded, and the other one, another guy looks at me and says, "You don't want to go in that one." And I said, "Why is that?" And he goes, "Man, listen, I used to haul cattle, and I said, I'm very familiar. I used to do the same thing." He goes, "So I'm suggesting you don't go in there," and I'm like, "Why?" So I said, he says, "Yeah, just look in there real quick." We looked, and some grown man had went in there and went to the bathroom and wiped his, let me put it politically correct here, his feces all over the walls, the door, the floor. I mean, this is a grown man. Come on, guys. We're all truck drivers, man. And I told Bill about it. I told Bill, I said, "Man, you need to put that on your show." And I said, "This has been ridiculous. We've been out here a long time, Bill and I, and I'm not sure about the other two fellows on the show because I'm not familiar with them, but I've known Bill since the 90s. But it's just ridiculous, man. The stuff that we got to see. And listen, somebody's got to clean that up. And that man had to actually go get a hazmat suit on, a full face mask, and some gloves that come all the way up to like a vet glove, come all up to his elbow up here like a horse vet. And it was horrible. I mean, and there's no reason that a grown man that drives a truck, or you call yourself professional, that should be doing anything like that.
And the interesting thing is, I brought this up in conversation with a couple people over the week after I reached out to Dan to make a show out of this, and it amazed me. I don't know why it surprised me, but it did. It amazed me the amount of denial I got from most of the people I talked to. Some people think that, well, it had to be some of them foreigners that come in and use the bathroom. Some people thought, well, that had to be somebody in a car. It just the amount of denial that because we're so caught up in our victim mentality, as I call it, where we think that we are we are always on the lower hand of everything that happens out here on the road. And I think we need to start taking seriously, our responsibility for our own actions.
I agree.
Because it is true. The guys park on the ramps. They throw their pee bottles out in the ditches right there. They'll just throw their trash bags out. They have no regard whatsoever, and then they act like that all the time, and then cry and moan. It's the way it always has been. Cry and moan about lack of respect out on the road. And you know, I, I don't think our condition is ever going to get any better until we start taking responsibility ourselves and start checking ourselves. What do you think
Well,
about that, Dave?
well, here's the thing.
Well, go
This is
ahead, Dan.
sorry, we're on a real quick note. It's not just the ramps and the stuff like that they're throwing their bottles out. They do it in the truck stop parking lot. They'll dump their feces out. They'll throw a whole bottle of urine, a gallon jug. They'll set it in the parking lot and just drive off and leave it sit here. Come on, man, a trash can 20 feet from the back of your truck. Walk your
Yeah.
butt back, dump in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of those truck stops where they like to take showers, as Steve says, in the window washer tanks up there. And uh, yeah, we got guys that really need to clean up their act a little bit in the truck stops and not be such pigs, as I say it.
Yeah.
Uh, everybody's in a big hurry. Uh, why somebody went in there to do that? It's hard to tell. It's something wrong with them.
Well,
But
I hate to say it's just not truck stops. It's not just truck drivers. You can go in a Kroger and use their bathroom in the back of the store or a Walmart, and it's the same shit. It
Yeah.
don't matter where you're at. It's not just so much being truck drivers. It's just society. Everybody is lazy. Kids and stuff. It just goes way
I
deep.
think you're right, Steve.
You
Except
got to figure
Kroger
out what,
customers are not going in there and then going out on the road complaining that they don't get enough respect.
but I'm saying though, you got to pick and choose where you want to divide this up, where you want to stop at. Do you want to stop at the truck stop? Do you want to stop at the gas station? Do you want to stop to the grocery store? Because it's done like that everywhere.
Yeah, it's not just the truck drivers. That's the
It's
thing.
nobody has any respect anymore.
Right.
I think
And
it's
people nowadays that are younger than our generation, all of us, Dave's 10 years older than me and Bill. Me and Bill's in our 50s. I don't know how old you are, sir, but everybody, they have no respect. Our
28.
generation, I mean,
hey,
nobody has
what happened?
anymore.
What happened to you
And
guys respecting your
30 and
elders?
40-year-old people,
I
maybe
respect you,
40-year-olds
Dave.
might have it, but the 30-year-old, hell, I mean, nobody's got respect for nothing anymore. They weren't brought up to have respect.
I think the difference though is, and I take your point about Kroger and that it's just a kind of a society problem in general.
Gas
I think the
stations.
Well,
difference
not
here.
to use Kroger's brand name, but you know, a grocery store.
Okay, well, yeah,
I've been in grocery stores, department stores. It's the same thing when you go to use the
Even
bathroom.
McDonald's, Burger King's,
Yeah.
all them places.
I think these
Yeah.
we interpret places like Love's and Pilot and these places as kind of our home away from
Because
home.
yeah, 'cause that's
They're
where
the
you
places
frequent
that we
every day. You're
and
there.
so the people that we come in contact with that work in those places are
Mhm.
going to form an opinion about truck drivers not based on the guy that comes in and is friendly and says hi and gets his coffee and maybe talks for a few minutes and leaves. No, they're gonna base a general opinion on this suckhead that goes in the bathroom, shits all over the wall.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's gonna
But, hey,
ruin.
have you guys noticed, besides me, as we're there as you go to a busy Love's and it's late at night, there's just as many people in the car side that are traveling, that come in. So, and we can't say that it's all truck drivers at time. It's like more
It's
like
just
Steve
people
said,
in
it's just
general.
people in general, you got to really pay attention to.
There's just no respect.
Yeah.
That's the part that I'm talking about. Is like I spend the majority of my time out where the trucks are at because I'm in my truck at 99%
Sure.
of the time. But you come out here and just like you said, at Walmart, for instance, where we live at in our hometown, they used to let a lot of RVs parked there. These people would come in, they'd stay there for 3 or 4 days, and Walmart wouldn't say nothing. And these people would actually open their septic tanks and dump them in Walmart's parking lot. And Walmart kicked everybody out. They won't let you stay anymore. Well, here's everybody on Facebook. A lot of these guys posting that their truck got booted or chained at Walmart because they're parked in Walmart's parking lot. Well, here's the problem. Walmart don't want us there because, one, a lot of times
Leave a mess.
when the piss bottles are thrown out in their parking lot on the ground,
Yep.
if you walk over where the cart rack is, there's 5 trash cans sitting right there. And instead of walking over there and doing it, they're throwing them out on the ground. So Walmart it's not somebody in a car peeing in a bottle. They know where it's coming from because they got it on camera. So they don't want us there anymore. Well, don't complain because you created the problem. Fix the problem and stop doing the stupid crap. And we wouldn't have that problem. They took a lot of parking away because of crap like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Well, there's the Walmart down there in Arkansas. When you cross into Arkansas, they're out of out of Missouri, where they got the overhead bars at 10 or 12 feet, so trucks cannot come in their parking lot.
Yeah,
And they got a little security guard, right? That's Blytheville, I think is what it is there in Arkansas.
Blytheville, yeah.
And they got a little security guard, and the car will come around there, and they'll let you stop a few minutes just to do your grocery shopping, but they make you leave.
Yep.
So,
There's a lot-
yeah.
Well, Bill, have you took a chance to look at the hard work I did for you today?
Yes, Dave, I'm impressed.
NFG, Dave.
NFG. Well, why don't you go through some of this? Because it's even funny because they even talk about C.W. McCoy in here.
C.W.
How about-
Well, do you
McCoy.
want me to get into this a little bit then?
You mean
then we
Well,
can-
it has
C.W.
all the-
McCall, you mean? McCoy?
McCoy.
Hatfield and McCoy, where you at?
Well, so what they're referring to here is our show notes, and Dave has come up with a 12 essential unspoken rules of truck driving. Oh boy,
Where'd you get these,
My-
Dave?
only 12.
I can't tell you, it was unspoken.
Well, they're not going to be unspoken.
Now
That's right.
they're going to have to come up with some more rules because these are about to get well spoken. All right, so number
Steve,
one,
I'm gonna
passing.
get you one of them. I'm gonna get you one of those kettles like back in the day. You won't remember this.
The
but-
hat with the cans on it.
No, the hillbilly had the jug from drinking Mountain Dew where he hung it over his shoulder.
Over his shoulder.
Sorry,
Oh, you,
and real quick, now that if you see my 4-year-old pop in, don't worry. She wants to say hi, so just don't mind her.
it's not a problem in the world. I mean, it's not like anybody's watching.
She's my only girl too, so you know she's my only girl, and she's full of rotten, and she knows it. So
And she's autistic.
they think that she's borderline autistic, but you can't test her till later in life. So
Oh, I hate that crap. Just because somebody's a little different and pays attention to and notices things that are a little different from everybody else, they want to label them like that.
part is that she's very smart, and she just
Yeah.
it's how you think something like that, but because every kid in the world's hyper. I mean, look at how many kids are in the world. If you think, oh, they got ADHD or something like that, if you go by their standards today, every kid in the damn country would be ADHD or autistic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, my oldest boy. I mean, you remember Curtis, and they used to say he had that Asperger's syndrome, and
Yeah.
drugged him up all those
Mm.
years. And then when they finally took him
Does
off
he
those
run around
drugs,
dragging his butt on the carpet when you get
not
out of
anymore.
summer?
Well, when they took him off the drugs, he was lucky enough to
Okay.
get off the drugs in his early teens, and now
I
he
hate that.
plays 36 instruments and speaks 7 languages. So I think we don't do real good with
Yeah.
identifying people that are a little different from everybody else. It irritates the hell out of me, honestly.
But if they tell you to wear a mask, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah. Oh, let's not get into it.
If you're Mario, then they're by yourself. Wear a mask.
All right. So number one, passing distance truck driving rules of etiquette. Not passing from the right may be the obvious no-no to first-year truck drivers. Did you write these?
No, I didn't write them.
Because they look great. But when you are out on the interstate, experienced truckers rely on enhanced safe distances when using the passing lane. One of the unspoken truck rules calls for a minimum of 200 feet between the rear of your trailer and the nose of the tractor trailer behind you. If that seems like an excessive amount of distance, consider the following reasons behind it. If you pass another truck in tight quarters, you basically blind your counterpart from seeing anything except the back of your trailer. Should a vehicle suddenly brake ahead, debris be strewn over the road, or an accident occurs, the trucker in the rear will be hamstrung
For things.
from successfully making an emergency stop. The 200-foot rule keeps truckers and vehicle drivers safe. I just love when they put real numbers into crap like this.
Yes.
Yeah,
They get
my
funny-
favorite.
They get funnier after this. So
I got number 1.5. If you pass me on the right, I'm gonna pretend like I don't see you, and then you might, and you might have a bad day. Number 2, trucker driver communication, the wave. Over the road and regional drivers all spend a lot of time away from home. Many sleep in their vehicles at rest areas and truck stops as they keep the supply chains across America flowing. Needless to say, it can get a tad lonely out there at times. Tossing a wave to a passing comrade or one stretching their legs before getting back behind the wheel is generally appreciated.
how do you stretch your legs out the window to wave?
I did that the other day. I waved at somebody. They waved one finger at me. I don't know if they was telling me I was number 1 or he was telling me off.
I don't like doing that because it blows the wind up my pant leg and makes my butthole whistle.
I know it.
If it's really windy, it's just.
I don't think there's anybody left that don't know that butthole whistles. Oh, okay.
That's why your butt crack goes like this and not like this, Bill, because you slide down the side, it go.
Yeah.
He tried to slide one
We
time.
would
Talk about that right now.
Batman. Okay, number 3 is truck driver communication. The honk. Batman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, and truck drivers all have at least one thing in common. They are all heroes to kids. When a youngster makes a gesture to blow the air horn, consider yourself duty bound.
The only thing, hold on, pump the brakes. The only thing with that is I always made sure the parent knew the kid was wanting that, because if you lay on the horns and they don't know it, I've seen them swerve off the road before.
Okay, now let's pump the brakes one more time.
It depends.
Depends on the horn
if
you
had
have,
my
Mr.
horns or
Right,
your horns.
you got them big train horns like you had
on the side of his frame, blowing at the car.
There were
6 of them, 3 on each side.
Driver's level on
they
the
would go right in
the
their window,
pointing directly into the.
It was right off my headache rack, off my chain box.
Probably.
No, if you read a little farther, you'll get your answer to that.
Where the train tracks are at, so they can get away from them.
Oh, okay. So when a youngster makes a gesture to blow the air horn, consider yourself duty bound. And one little known secret about the unspoken truck driving rule is that adults get a kick out of the blasts as well. Besides, it's cool to honk your own horn. I do have a bit of an issue with this, though, because I sometimes, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I feel like it's condescension, when a bunch of teenagers go by and they're like, hey, I'm going to get this redneck trucker to...
and I do it. And they all laugh.
So, yeah, I guess we got to do our part.
Every kid that does it, I do it just because they laugh.
Sometimes...
That Bill, here's the thing, like the teenagers, if you don't honk the horn, they get mad at you and flip you off. But here's another thing that people don't realize about these newer trucks is back in the day, the air horns were on top of the truck, right? All these newer trucks, if there's somebody sleeping in the bunk back there and these guys got a horn like he's talking about that'll scare you from 12 miles away, blow the air horn, get somebody sleeping if you're running a team, because the horn is right underneath their head.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I've never thought of that.
Probably
because back when I had a team driver way back once upon a time, he didn't give 2 shits about the amount of noise he made up in the front seat when he was going down the road. That big chicken radio on full blast, talking all that nonsense.
I still got that big chicken radio.
Oh, let's see. Okay, number 4, truck driver communication, safe passing notice. One of the common courtesies that truckers routinely offer each other involves passing safety. The unspoken rule is to flash the headlights to let drivers know they are safe. They have a safe space to re-enter the travel lane. Yes, I'm getting to it, Steve. Sometimes I can see it in your eyes. Sometimes
lazy hold on, let me mute myself for a second so I can go off. Hold on, where's it at? Right there.
Sometimes they'll just give you a shout on the radio. The essential point is that communication helps everyone stay a little safer. And I'm betting that
back.
The reason Steve is getting a little out of hand right there is because it used to be commonplace to give like a little interrupt in the headlights.
Hold on, stop. Every truck, all out there pretty much anymore that these foreigners have are new trucks. Every new truck has a switch to flash the lights, the courtesy switch. Every new truck has them, but they still gotta bright you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I had the lights on the back of my semi for my work lights. I had 15 or 20 of them double bar LED. I would match them on them every time they do that to me.
Yeah, but what they don't realize, like those back in the day when we first started driving, the high beams weren't that bad. Now you got low beams, you can see up a June bug's ass from 6 miles.
Exactly. We lost Dave. What happened to him, Bill?
No, we lost you.
I don't have him on my screen.
I got all 4 of us, so we're
I only
good.
got 3.
Well, just
Oh.
keep on trucking.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
thought
here.
You're in the recording, so
yeah. Say
I think
something, Dave.
it's Dave's
Hi, how you
shit.
doing? This is Dave. Welcome to
I don't
Dave's
have him
World.
at all.
Dave's the only one with shitty internet on here. I can see
I'm plugged
everybody.
in directly. How can I have shitty fucking internet?
Well, because you won't pay $10 for a few more.
Do you have him on your screen?
Yeah, he's on here.
I don't have him. I don't have no sound, nothing from him.
All right.
Well,
jeez.
I got the other 2.
No, you don't do anything, Dave. It's fine. I don't. It's problem on his end.
Yeah, I can hear all three of you guys.
You got to narrow all 3 who?
Okay.
Well, I said 4 at first. I talked about myself too.
I've got everybody, Steve. It'll come back. Anyway, where were we? Truck driver communications, CB radios. Boy, are we ever pissing into the wind now. It's no secret that people take an alter ego on social media and make regrettable posts and tweets. To say this is considered completely unacceptable on trucker to trucker CB radio channels would be a huge understatement.
Or I'll whip
Are
your
you
ass.
Where you at, you son of a bitch? There are
You damn
wide-
CB Rambo. Where you at?
Oh, I got a chain belt and CB Kung Fu, babe.
Oh my God.
There are wide-ranging reasons why unspoken truck driving rules ban outlandish smack talk. Ban?
Well, back in the day when Bill and I used to run around,
Oh,
we could talk about the 3rd degree black belt, Rambo black belts, but nobody turns the radio on anymore, man. Problem is everybody's on the phone.
Yeah, making TikTok videos.
Well, yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And you don't hear nothing.
Or they're talking about Trump.
Or they start arguing about politics.
don't
Look here,
start
man, I'm
them,
not
will
arguing
you?
about
Oh
politics.
yeah. No, Bill likes to get on there when we're down through Arkansas. I think Bill Clinton's the best president we ever had, and just sit back.
You remember when I used to do that? See,
Yeah,
Clinton was president when we were teaming, and
Here's the thing, though, Bill. Let me tell you the whole story about Bill getting on the radio.
here we go.
We going across Texas one night. Bill was driving, right?
Oh no!
Hearing my radio talking to somebody, and he kind of yells at me, "Say, hey, man, I need your help." And I said, "What? Need my help with what? You driving across Texas, man? Just stay on the interstate, keep the rubber side down. We're good." He said, "Man, I've been talking to this dude." He said, "I think he's a little funny." I said, "We mean funny?" He said, "I think he likes me." And come to find out, he was talking to one of these fellas, and this guy was following him across Texas, waiting for him to stop so he could violate his house.
That is a
What's
distortion
the
of the truth.
Yeah.
On the radio.
No, what happened? What happens actually even
Was he
funnier.
doing his voice? Was he doing one of his voices?
Oh yeah, he was.
He was trying to get some actions. What it was, I think.
No,
Thank God
here
you didn't need fuel.
Do that while I'm in the bunk sleeping, just wait till I'm done, then you can do all that.
Hey, why don't you
No.
bring Dave back up on my screen so I could have him in the conversation?
I've got everybody right here, dude. I don't know.
Here,
I'll
do it.
You
He
two,
kinda
and
got
that's it.
himself in a pickle with that when I had to get on the radio and tell this fella I worked for the highway patrol, and if he didn't stop harassing Bill, that we were going to have to take him to jail, because this guy was actually literally following him across Texas, waiting for him to stop so he could violate him.
There he is.
Is that better, Steve?
What'd you do?
I just turned it off and restarted it.
Yeah, you're back now.
Well,
And I
anyway,
can hear you.
how I remember this story was we were going across Texas and I pulled into a rest area.
And you were
That's
feeling
usually
lonely.
where it
Mistake
happens
number
at.
one.
Didn't you? What movie was that where they said the guy gets out of the car and he's falling over a guy sucking in the rest area everywhere? And he's
So-
like,
Sucking
Oh,
toes.
it's the bathhouses of the 90s.
Yeah.
So-
No,
He
what?
stopped at the pickle park is what happened.
Well, what happened was I pulled into a parking spot. I was just taking a break, and I noticed somebody in a car flashing headlights. And I was
Well,
young.
that's gang. Nowadays, that's gangs.
I was young, and I didn't know what was going on, so I flashed mine. I thought maybe it was that.
Hold on. First off, what do you consider young? How old was you? 20?
I thought, what was we 24, 23?
Yeah, somewhere right in there. It was a long time.
Couple punks.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, we were having a ball. We'd pop them little freaking white pills,
I like them black ones, the Mollies.
So them little pills that you're talking about were sold over the counter at the truck stop. It was
I know.
nothing else.
We used to buy
No, yeah, it wasn't nothing illegal.
357 Magnums, all
Of
the
course,
good
by taking
stuff.
that away, we need to specify that they
You
were
guys
actually,
are on caffeine highs, sitting there with the shakes.
It was ephedrine, but yeah. Anyway, I get going. This guy gets out on the road and follows me, right? And this was on the other side of Houston, and this guy followed me all the way to San Antonio.
Oh yeah, almost 200 miles.
And then Dan gets up to smoke a cigarette, and he's sitting there.
Yeah.
I didn't wake him up. He got up to smoke a cigarette. This is my story. And I was like, dude, I might have a problem. I might need you to take over. I got to take a piss. You know, why, what's going on? I said, I got this dude following me, man. And he's working awfully hard for it. And I don't remember if he came up beside us or if he eventually just gave up. But I mean, it was hours he followed me.
Yeah, he followed for hours. I got on the radio and told him I was a Texas state trooper, and he could stop following us. It was funny. The guy finally quit following us.
Yeah.
But I think he was looking to percolate Bill. I'm just saying.
That is
And
not the
that's
last
some
queer that
dedication for 2 hours too.
that's not the last time that's happened to me. In fact, I've had one in recent years. And it was in broad daylight. Pulled up next to me.
I thought
I
I
looked
didn't. Hey,
down. This
Bill,
was
you
on-
said you wouldn't tell nobody.
It's 2022, baby. It's 2022. Come out with it. Look here. I'm looking down at this dude. This dude's got he's got this thing out messing with it, and it goes down to the bottom of his knee cap.
Get down.
You was jealous.
Monkey.
A little.
You wanted
And
to,
I'm
you
sitting-
thought
no,
you
what I
wanted
was
to play some
upset-
baseball and see who could get to the end of it, didn't
I
you?
was a little PO'd because this dude's got something like that, and he trying to get another man. Okay.
Yeah, those are exits. Why wouldn't you go for an entrance?
I mean, for crying out loud. But you know, he finally gave up on me and tried his luck with the Sherwin Williams truck in front of me. I don't know if it ever did work out for him, but now you'd think dudes would be looking for smaller ones, you know. I don't know. Maybe we should change the subject. All right, number 5. Truck driver communications. No, we gotta go. We gotta move on. Number 6,
Yeah.
know your trucker driver lingo. Yeah, this is important. C.W. McCall immortalized truck driver lingo in his 1975 #1 hit song, Convoy. They call me the rubber duck and I get the hammer down 10-4. The second verse goes something like, was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June and a Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over Pete with a reefer on and Jimmy hauling hogs.
How many people know what Jimmy hauling hogs mean?
Not very
It's a
many.
GMC.
Yeah, it's an old GMC.
Oh, yeah.
And
We
the one
is
in the,
hidden
and the one in the
there.
movie was a GMC cab over with no sleeper,
Right.
pulling a
A
livestock trailer. Yeah.
You didn't need a sleeper. You had them toothpicks.
Keep
That's
going,
what
you
dropped
were
your
done.
eyelids open.
Well, them toothpicks. What they used to soak them toothpicks with? Some
Cinnamon
horse
oil.
tranquilizer or something?
No, they cinnamon.
Yeah, it's
Bill,
cinnamon.
it
Yeah,
goes
you
right
bet.
for the horse tranquilizer.
Oh, okay. Number 7. Never talk
Are
about the
you up-
load you're hauling. Never talk about the load you're hauling. Some guys are showing it.
Yeah. Some of
So,
them.
you're hauling some government shit and they want to follow you.
Yeah, right. As the saying goes, loose lips sink ships. Although you might meet a lot of great and honest people in and around the trucking profession, let common sense prevail.
Dave's gone again.
Dave's
the-
going again. What's going on, Dave? Dave's got crappy internet. I'm getting tired of it.
I'm down.
according-
I'm never mind.
I gotta move
according
my phone in. Don't mind me. Go ahead.
according to the FBI recording reports of cargo theft top 33 million. Yeah, what you got going on there, Dave?
I don't know. The furnace kicked off and the house went dead.
Bill is talking about.
Tell Yoder to pedal the bike faster, would you?
I guess so.
Yeah, Bill. you're talking about, I still have that. The only problem is I can't put it in this truck because every time I key the microphone, all the lights go off and the truck wants to shut off and quit running off.
You need a bigger fuse.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Let's see. FBI reporting reports of cargo theft topped $33 million in 2018, and the stolen goods ranged from clothing to.
2018. How old is this?
Where'd you get this article, Dave?
yeah.
Geriatrics are us.
There's not a lot of etiquette drivers on the internet.
That's
okay?
because
tell you
there's
right
not a
now,
lot of etiquette on the
hey,
on the road
Dave,
either.
There's not a lot of new news out there that's worth the crap.
Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah.
perused a bunch.
I wonder if we
Nothing
could
but
just make up
politics
crap
and-
on the spot and nobody'd ever
Yeah.
call us
What do you
on
think
it.
I've been doing?
This was pretty good it was pretty good for what I found.
You
It'll
did
do-
good. You did good, Dave.
Well,
Pretty good.
speaking of Bill, there's one about cargo theft. There's a place up in Twinsburg, Ohio, we delivered to called VSA. It was a vendor's supply, and they're all over the country. And these container haulers would back right up to the dock with the doors closed. They would lift the door up, and it was the big door where they could break the seal and swing the doors inside the building.
Yeah.
And they opened the door. There wasn't no bolt on it to cut off. They opened the door. Like 5 pallets of candy are gone. There's 3 knocked over. Somebody broke it open and started stealing. He goes, "You want any? Just take it." They ain't gonna know.
Wow. I wonder how much of that though. You got to wonder how much the driver is involved at some point. You know,
all of it.
pretty much.
Well, you see like the ones out of Chicago where they're coming out of the container yards where they got all the tape and stuff on every seal and corner, the bolts, double bolts, and then
The cable between the poles.
in them, and then they even band it with a banding that's got a number on the crimper. So,
Yeah.
they're trying to, I don't know. Hey, pay it forward.
Number 8, pay it forward. Lend new truck drivers a hand. Whether the situation calls for helping a driver back into a tight dock or lending some advice, truck drivers are all in it together. Upstart drivers will find that tractor trailer veterans will get out of their cabs and offer you hand signals when backing up. Long-standing professionals have a lot of insider information that will help you successfully navigate a career. When you accumulate useful information or see another trucker who could use a hand, pay it forward. Okay, I've got a soapbox to jump on here real quick.
Not a big
Yeah, Bill, real quick, before that, your cargo theft, they say right now is about $30 billion a year. It's
Hey.
today's numbers.
Now that's an increase. So
$30 billion a year, they say, right now.
it, and I don't know what the answer is. I mean, we come up with fancy techniques to track the trailers and there's cameras on the inside of the trailers now sometimes, and
But it doesn't take long to disconnect all that crap and take
Yeah.
off. I mean, it literally.
Well, all our trailers got trackings on it, but to do it, you got to climb up on the roof to hook it. So, same as our trucks.
Well, the last trailer I had, it was a newer dry van, and they didn't have that tracking system on. They had it, but they didn't have it connected. Well, would have been really easy to steal mine. They had the guy come hook it up, and instead of him running the wires the right way, he just attached it to the front outside of the trailer. I could have just walked up, snipped the wire, stole the trailer, and took off with it. Nobody know where it went.
it'll keep the honest man out.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Shane, my dispatcher called me one day and goes, "Why is your truck sitting in one place and your trailer's going down the highway?" I go, "Damn it, they found it and they stole it."
No, that couldn't be, because he has no clue where any of his trailers actually are and who's actually pulling them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got more on
Well-
that. He gave me 603 to take down to Mississippi next week, right?
Yeah.
And then last night he calls me up and says, "Yeah, you got to load a shred on there. You got to deliver first." I said, "Let me see if I understand this correctly, Shane. You want me to deliver a load of shred to Columbia City, come back to New Haven, load those hockey pucks, you call them, take them down to Mississippi, deliver that, reload in Elliott, Mississippi, take that up to LaGrange, Kentucky, deliver it, get back to Indianapolis, pick up a load of shred, take that to Columbia City, deliver it
And
by
be home by
Wednesday
Thanksgiving.
night." It's like, I got a fast truck, but yeah, right.
Put the wings on it.
I told him, I said, I don't think that last load of shred's going to happen. And that's the best case scenario. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, no, I know you can do it. I was like, yeah, you're taking hits from the bong again.
Well, yeah, he said that day when in the 90s, bro, and the early 80s and the 70s when you could do that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, no, we got the e-logs now, and
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
You're
yeah,
getting yelled
it
at
is
for
what it is.
speeding as it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know,
we can
the
talk
camera's got a new thing. It like barks at you when you're speeding
Right.
now.
I know.
But yeah, how many people were in the area that you were saying earlier with the e-logs? That you brought that up. They said statistically it was going to change the accidents because kids got tired. It was going to do this. It didn't change nothing. It just made everybody else in a bigger ass hurry because they got to beat the logbook because you
Yeah.
can't stop.
What it made is every truck stop full at 5 o'clock at night because everybody's got to park their truck because you
I
got
have-
no time.
I have this feeling we're never going to see the actual numbers to back up an argument against e-logs and all this extra regulation, because I'm willing to bet that it did nothing to solve the problem or even make it any better.
Here's the thing: it changed very little, but like he said, it screwed up the parking even more. And then you got the states now closing down how many of the rest areas, like Arizona.
Yeah.
I live, and I-40 had 3 or 4 rest areas going across I-40. They closed the one in Flagstaff down and completely took it out. You can't even park there anymore. Now they reopened it back up for parking because people were parking on the ramps, and it was over. People were bitching because they were by people's houses, of course, with trucks running. And I get it. So they opened it back up, but there's no facilities there. But how many
I don't
places-
remember there being a lot in Flagstaff to begin with, but I haven't been out there in a while.
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
stuff has changed though. Like how many states have actually fully closed the rest area, and now we're on e-logs. We don't have a choice but to park.
And then want to write people tickets for being on the ramp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Unspoken. Okay, so here we go. Number 9, unspoken truck stop rules of etiquette. Boy, that's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one. Truckers would be well served to approach driving through rest areas and truck stops as they were parking lots, which they are. Regardless of your hurry, steadying through at 3 to 5 miles per hour is perfectly reasonable. And if you are...
They'd have an LA rush hour backup in the truck stop parking lot. Come on, man.
And if you are a newer driver worried about getting enough speed to reacclimate your rig to a highway or interstate, truck stop speed is not the solution. You'll only make a risky name for yourself on the CB radio. Got it, buddy? Surprised you didn't
Sorta
say
like
good, buddy.
The idiots that got the Jake brake on and truck stop and they're
Oh,
shifting the parking lot.
Concrete cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah.
6-inch straight pipes, and they come in here at 2 o'clock in the morning on flat ground, turn their Jake brake on with an empty trailer. Come on, man.
Oh, someone don't even have a trailer.
Must think ain't nobody gonna get out and beat his ass for doing that.
Or they're bobtailing.
Oh, number 10.
Got guys coming in here in the middle of the night trying to back up with a damn backup beeper on too. On top of that,
We have those.
I used to be guilty of one of them.
Guilty.
And
Yeah.
you start backing in and people are giving you dirty looks. I'm like, I'm just going to take my sweet old time.
I've literally,
I might even pull up 2 or 3 times like a rookie and back in again.
they must be checking that when they do service, because I've cut the wires 3 times and they keep looking
Well,
it back up.
You know, DOT checks for it. They asked me that last time they did mine. Your backup alarm work? Yep. It's a pain in the ass.
I never had them ask me about that.
I've never had them
in
ask.
North Carolina, the top of the hill there at the Gap.
I had a
one
level 4 there in
I had one in Indiana. In a random
Terre Haute.
time, if I had a pillow and a blanket on my bed, I said, "Yeah, why?" And he says, "Well, is your bed made?" I said, "Yeah." And he says, "I said, why are you asking me if I got a pillow and a blanket?" I said, "You have a pillow and blanket on your bed at home?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, this is my home away from home, so of course I got a pillow and a blanket." I said, "Why would you ask me something like that? I've never been asked that all these years I've been driving." He said, "Well, it says in the rule book over here," and he opens this big old book up and he's showing me, it says that you have to have a pillow and blanket in your truck or they can put you out of service. I said, "Seriously?"
Yep.
Yeah, you've got to have the proper
I've seen some
accoutrement.
people fight about
Invasion of
that.
privacy.
Yeah, but I mean, how many people actually that are out here weeks on end don't have a pillow and blanket?
Yeah, I don't. That's kind of
Well,
lame.
what's your definition of pillow? Wadded
Well,
up coat is my definition of a pillow.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
whatever. Your little Bath and Body Works pillow and blanket
Hey,
you got
hey,
back
hey,
there, and
hey.
your little
It's my
smelling salts
Mister,
all over your.
my
His
Mister My
Hello
Pillow.
Kitty body pillow.
I got one of them.
Oh, I
Mister
got the body pillow. Don't be coming down on that body pillow now. You got to wrap. You
what
get a little bit of flesh between your legs. You got to have
he's
something to wrap it around. Anyway, let's move
talking
on. We're
with
getting.
sauce, but back in the day, he's got a high and tight, and he's in the bathroom taking a shower, and you walk by the thing because I finished before he did, and you walk by, and all you hear is a hair dryer going in there, and I'm like,
Oh,
"How much blow drying your hair for? You don't have any, man. You putting your foot, you put your makeup on too."
Sometimes you got to blow
He
dry the
wasn't
bottom
blow
half.
drying his hair. It was a little lower. It's a little farther.
so
south.
I hate to break it to you guys, but
Drop
there
the
was a
pony on it.
time when
You
there
had
was a
hair.
time when I was kind of pretty. I was a good looking guy. All right. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna candy coat it. And it was a lot of work. It was to
Yeah.
We
keep
can
that
tell
going.
you've quit.
Let me mute my mic for a second here.
And he had a bag with his clothes in it, and the other bag was one of the suitcases on wheels with his hair dryer and his perfume and his.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Hey, you brought him on. You got to take it.
Okay, number 10.
All right, number 10. This is gonna be 2 hours or better. Only the squeegee to wash your windows. Only use the squeegee to wash your windows. Okay, here we
Not your feet.
Or your
Where are
eight.
we going with this? This may sound like a quirky trucker rules, but take a moment and consider what happens if you use the squeegee for anything else but windows. Take, for example, a fuel tank covered in stuck on grit, caked on leaky diesel. It makes sense to get that off while cleaning the tractor's exterior. Then the next driver picks up the same squeegee and soils their windshield with grime. Is this a thing?
It's a
Uh,
Oh yeah,
thing.
if you don't already know how hard it is to get filthy diesel off a windshield, you don't want to know. It's one of those unspoken driving rules until someone does it. After that,
yeah,
the other driver will be speaking to you.
yeah.
I don't use them unless they're blue.
You see how many times a week that we'll pull in to get fuel at a truck stop or something, and one of these guys out here with the squeegee talking about this. They're out there with the squeegee washing their truck, rinsing it. They'll wash this, and they're not even getting fuel, and there's 5 people behind them trying to get fuel, and they wonder
Yeah.
why it's off at them.
Well, that ought to be on the list right there. Is
Not a
sitting
damn.
there doinking around in the truck in the fuel lane when you've got a line behind you.
Oh, they'll pull in
Uh,
there and take a 30-minute break. Come on, man. I had
oh
one
yeah.
company in the truck. He's taking a 30-minute break. I said, look here, man. I said, let me help you out. I'll park your truck on the railroad tracks with you in it. You take your 30-minute break out there, dude. I got shit to do.
Number 11, educating newer CDL holders who are still learning. Every professional requires some degree of on the job learning. The problem the trucking industry struggles with is that the learning curve can have tragic consequences. Some truckers call pointing out mistakes policing. Given that the vast majority of truckers are good, hardworking people, a friendly a friendly
Hold it
heads up
together, Steve.
a friendly heads up about an issue should suffice. Truckers need to take care of their own and cover up each other's backs. Like
Yeah, they can cover
like
you up all. Yeah, it's over out here for getting in the way because these people out
oh yeah, okay, I was going somewhere else with that.
eat your lunch. They
You know, one
have
problem
no
I've
going with it. It's not like it was.
we're losing you, Dan.
Uh,
Breaking up a little bit there.
it's
Anyway,
been crazy. It ain't like it was back in the day, but anyway, go ahead.
yeah. The one problem I've had, and I've brought this up before, is how historically jobs where people are considered professional. Bear with me, guys. Um, it's a job where you're kind of expected to do your thing and then pass down what you've learned to the next generation of drivers. And I really think that we've lost some of that. Where we brought up our kids to not do this for a living, didn't we? We brought them up to go to college and get a job, in an office. That way they can be miserable and want to put a bullet in their heads. And I,
So where are you going with this?
Well, because a lot of people. We got nothing, Steve.
There's a little red thing up in that corner of the screen. Looks like he's muted on. There you go. It's gone
Oh
now.
yeah.
I was saying, Bill, then we got Schneider, Swift, JB Hunt, and all them to give 3-day CDL class driving schools and turn them loose.
Don't forget CR England.
Yeah.
Let's talk about CR England, man. They look, 2 weeks you go to their school, 2 weeks you go with a trainer. 2 weeks after that, they put 3 students in a truck in one truck, and then after they finish that, 3 weeks down the road, then each one of them can get out of the truck and into their own and teach somebody else how to drive. Come on.
Let's say Swift is 4 weeks and you're a trainer.
Yeah. What do you know? I drive myself.
But is this nothing more than the industry responding to the lack of good training? The guys who are veteran truck drivers that are willing to, because I'm going to admit this right now. I would rather swallow broken glass than train young people how to drive.
I thought you were going to tell us you were a professional and get to sit in a spot.
Beth told me I'm a professional. Beth called me a professional, so you guys can just suck it. I'm telling you.
Sitting on your bucket or what?
That doesn't. Yeah, it's not.
I always wondered in 1976 when it said professional driver, the old 76 truck stop, who got to sit there? Well, it's Bill.
I remember.
That's
I got
my dad too.
Back in the day when I was like 8 or 9, drinking coffee at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning at the old 76 truck stops.
God, the nights we used to sit at that U-shaped table, drinking coffee just to try to get one piece of,
At the Orange Ball.
At the Orange Ball, yeah.
At the Orange Ball.
Yeah. Did you know Susie that worked there?
No.
I think it's funny. He started laughing first, Bill.
Well, it's just that I couldn't name all the females that we probably tried to. We'd spend all night on a couple of females trying to.
You could tell him about your fiasco in Amarillo. I mean, we can talk about that with the Petro.
I was waiting for you to bring that up. I couldn't believe that wasn't the first story you told.
There's plenty of stories, man, but ask him to tell you about the Amarillo with the Petro.
She had one eye. She had a glass eye. It's not a big deal.
I had a one leg once, so.
They're sitting up here in the front. I'm in the back trying to lay down to go to sleep. They sitting up here in the front. And the curtain's closed, and all I hear is him say, "Holy shit! Oh my God!" And I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" And he tells me about the next day, like she had popped this eyeball out, and he said there was like this string of goo hanging.
There was. It was gross.
I think you told me that, Bill.
Yeah, she was working all night. I mean, we hounded these 2 females at the Petro all night long, and then they ended up leaving with us. And
Or what?
No, the one did. The other one left, and the other one left and went home. If you remember, and then you came to that.
and then I laid in the back. Well, anyway.
What did you do? Pop it out and make money on the side?
Yeah, we went over. And
I didn't do anything to it. I couldn't do it.
I think he popped that eyeball out. It scared the hell out of him, I think.
No, because we ended up going to her car after that. So.
And you popped one ball out, didn't you, Bill?
It didn't scare me. I mean, it was.
Give new meaning to sculpt somebody.
That's somebody's daughter.
Remember that, Bill? When your daughter, how old is she? Almost 13.
Let me tell you something. I am proactive with that right there.
Bill, I had 3 girls. You want me? I can ruin you pretty good.
I'm doing it like you did, Steve.
I have 2 girls, so.
No.
4.
And I wouldn't want them. The sad thing is, I wouldn't want any dudes that are anything like any of her brothers to get a hold of her either.
Yeah.
So, all right, number 12 and the final one. Give fellow truckers a heads up about career opportunities. Seasoned drivers typically earn higher salaries than upstarts. The trucking industry.
Really?
Apparently.
Man, them guys all complaining at work and hiring them new guys for more money.
No, but see, them ain't drivers.
Oh, that's what it is.
Them's window lickers.
He'll tell you he's got steering wheel holders, he's got drivers, he's got steering wheel holders, and he's got window lickers.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got a
okay.
lot of window lickers.
Okay.
And I looked at him.
But
I looked at him and said, "Hey, boss, where's another one at?"
Daisy.
Flatbed. After I got my flatbed and I started pulling this reefer wagon again, and in attic, I learned what they meant by steering wheel holders.
yeah, by the same token, every CDL professional deserves to maximize their earning potential. That's why one of the unspoken trucking rules is to tell your buddies about career opportunities like the ones listed at cdljobs.com. Tell me, Dave, where'd you get this article from?
There.
I believe if you read it at the top, it said CDL.com. and if they won't hire you, Walmart's going to pay you 140 grand.
Wow, that number just keeps going up every time somebody tells that story.
Well,
I thought it was 100.
I thought they had to have that non-texting app on their phone to drive for Walmart. I saw a guy. Past him. He's over there texting on his phone, driving down the highway.
Yeah, I've got a buddy that drives
thing.
for him. A buddy of mine drives for him. He says that they've got a rule they can only talk on their phones for 10 minutes out of every hour. They've got a camera pointing at their face and everything like that.
Yeah, but don't they have to have that non-texting app on their phones before they leave and stuff?
I don't know if that's true or not, but
yeah, that's an onion story.
that might be one of those wise tales.
Yeah, but it was text. And I was sitting here thinking somebody worked at Walmart told me that he worked there for years and they had to have that non-texting app.
Yeah, I know if you guys work here. I used to work with a Genova and same way.
Hey, Steve, are you going to read us your stories this week?
Oh yeah. So
I don't know who's going to believe them though.
Well, that's why you got to read them to us. You got to make believers out of us.
We're going to move on to our last segment here. We gotta keep things moving here. We got some of Steve's true or not. Anybody that's new to the show, this is a section where we'll read some news articles and then try to guess whether or not it's real news. And I got to tell you, maybe I'm just thick in the head, but I got to say, Steve's creativity with these articles is pretty top notch. So without further ado, go ahead, Steve, give us our first one.
Excuse me. Okay, number one.
That didn't work, did it?
What's that? No, I didn't even hit it. So I had my key in my other hand. Number one, long distance. Chain smoking grandpa runs a marathon in 3.5 hours, Bill. It says here he puff past some other marathoners in this smoking run. A Chinese grandpa redefined smoking the competition after running the entire marathon in just 3.5 hours while puffing away on cigarettes. Images of chain smoking athlete are lighting up Weibo, the Chinese social media platform, as fans praise the respiratory fortitude. The 50-year-old runner, known as Uncle Chen. Can you do any Chinese voices, Bill?
Oh,
well, you know, no knowing what you're talking about.
Says he accomplished the breathtaking feat. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this town. Ax and Angie Jing Marathon in
Xinjiang. Xinjiang.
Running the entire 26.2 mile. Whether well, either smoking or lighting up a cig. Some smoking might seem like it would be at odds with long distance running. However, tobacco-loving grandpa reportedly managed to complete the event in an impressive 3 hours and 28 minutes and 45 seconds.
No.
A good marathon time according to the marathon handbook. As a result, Uncle Chen placed 574th out of around 1,500 runners. Trying to get my cursor over here, Bill. And a certificate posted on Weibo. Meanwhile, images show the marathon runner sprinting. You have to share the pictures, Bill. I don't know how to do that.
Same color as mine.
Health conscious Edward Morrow, needless to say, social media were impressed that he managed to finish the race while smoking and without secondhand smoke. There he is. See the old fellow with a cigarette?
So he was smoking while he was running.
While he was running, yes. And
That's
it wasn't his first rodeo. In 2018, the Siggy Loving Marathon man finished the Guangzhou Marathon 3 hours and 36 minutes. He also completed the 2019 Zama Marathon in 3 hours 32 minutes, proving not only is smoking not hindering his performance, but it may actually be improving it. So, do you believe this picture I got with this guy smoking? If he actually ran these marathons,
I'm going true.
are you?
Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
I'm
Get
going
off the
false.
TikTok and
TikTok. Well, this one is true.
yeah.
You didn't let our guest guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
At the same time, but I was just,
Well, what would you have said, Dan?
I would have said true. I was thinking it was true.
Yeah, because I knew guys in the Army that they would smoke one before a run.
He's smoking it while he's running, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I wonder how many cigarettes it took him.
I thought
somebody-
it took longer
somebody
than
had to,
3
like-
hours to run a marathon.
Hey, Bill, that was from the Huffington Post.
The Huffington Post.
Where's my rim shot, Dave? Man,
Oh,
In that
too
picture,
late
where
now.
the cigarettes that he's smoking.
he's too busy looking at his TikTok.
Yeah.
no, I'm trying to see how long it takes to run a marathon because that time limit seems a little short.
3.5 hours.
Well, it depends on how long the marathon is. If it's a 26 mile or 17 mile.
miles regular, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. You ready?
Yeah,
Now let's have it, baby.
Headline: You inhaled it. Illinois man accidentally inhales a drill bit during a dentist visit.
Yikes.
Kenosha, Wisconsin. A routine trip to the dentist was anything but routine after an Illinois man inhaled the dentist's drill bit and had to go to the hospital to get it removed last month.
Jesus.
Tom Josie, 60, told WISN, they're on your side. He went to the dentist having a cavity filled when he was told he swallowed a tool. I didn't really even feel it go down. All I felt was a cough. That's what she said. When they did a CT scan, they realized you didn't swallow it, you inhaled it, he said. Doctors believe Jossie inhaled just before he coughed, sending the 1-inch drill bit into Jossie's lung. Dr. Abdul Alvarez of Aurora Medical Center, Kenosha, Wisconsin, said the bit was so deep that normal scopes couldn't reach it. Jossie said he was told that if he couldn't be taken out, part of his lung would have to be removed. Wow. Alvarez and his medical team decided to try a newer device to remove the object, one designed for early detection of cancer. Video of the scan shows the medical team was able to navigate the narrow airways, which reached the drill piece, and pull it out with harming Jossie. I was never so happy as when I opened my eyes and saw him with a smile under that mask, shaking a little plastic container with the tool in it, Jossie said. Jossie said he now keeps the drill bit on his shelf at home.
What do you think, Dan?
Hang on, I was dealing with my 4-year-old. I'm sorry. Over here getting everything. I'm in here. She was getting into everything. But I heard something about a lung and a drill bit.
Well, it's just a guy got a drill bit in his throat.
He was at a dentist office and coughed or sneezed, and it went down his lung instead of his throat, and they had to surgically remove it.
I'd say false.
Go ahead, Dave.
I think they should have stuck a magnet on his belly and just worked it back up to his mouth.
You had one of them things you could put the hair on the bald guy, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, my God, it ain't a big deal. I'm going through on this one because hell, you could have stuck a magnet up there and just drawn it right back out.
That's true, you're saying? Okay.
I'm going true.
Bill, it is true.
Wow, that I am 2 for 2, baby. This is
Even my wife said true over here, and I'm over here saying false. So.
Oh man. All right. So
number 3.
Yeah.
You ready, Bill? Or
Go
not,
for
Bill?
it.
Dave, I see you wasn't looking.
I'm ready.
Headline: Man seen dancing on top of an 18-wheeler dies when it passes under a freeway overpass in Houston.
False.
False. Right, let me hear the story.
Okay,
It's probably pretty good. No,
but it's false.
the driver of
Florida
the
Georgia line, I seen him on top of the trailer dancing.
The driver of an 18-wheeler did not know the man was dancing and possibly filming himself on a truck's trailer, police said. A man who was dancing on the top of an 18-wheeler as it traveled down a Texas freeway died after he was knocked off the vehicle, according to police. The 25-year-old jumped or climbed on top of the truck's trailer as it traveled down East Texas freeway on Thursday morning. The Houston Police Department's Vehicular Crimes Divisions said in a statement Monday the driver was not aware that someone was on top of the moving truck. According to the release, police added the man was dancing and possibly recording himself. Police said the man fell off the trailer and onto the freeway when the truck passed under an overpass bridge. Reporters reached out to Houston Police Department for more information on Tuesday. Footage taken of the man was shared on social media in one clip. We need to get that clip.
Wow.
He appeared to duck underneath a freeway overpass before standing to his feet seconds later. The clip cuts off before the truck reaches another overpass. I think that one was shorter. People
In the New York ones.
Yeah. People who witnessed the disturbing incident posted comments about it on Facebook. I saw the contorted body and broken neck and arm. It was horrible. Way to begin a day, wrote commenter Crystal Davis. And I took the time
better day
because it was traumatic for myself and everyone actually there. Everyone had the look of, why did this have to happen? The man was taken to the local hospital.
Why did it have to happen?
Police said. CBS affiliate KHOU, they're on your side also, said the driver of the 18-wheeler was stopped and questioned by police but was released without charges. The name of the man who has died has not been publicly released, pending verification of his Harris County Institute of Forensic Science, according to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. An investigation into the incident is ongoing.
Oh, this is actually harder than I thought at first.
Well, the reason everybody got a trophy is the reason this is true.
So
you're saying true, Dave?
I'm going true.
Okay.
You're on true, Dan?
Yeah.
I'm going false.
False.
It is true.
I'm telling you, I've seen these stupid idiots taking TikTok videos and everything else on YouTube. Why would that not make sense?
The last one I saw was standing on top of a dry van in LA in rush hour traffic on a video, and he was butt ass naked. He wasn't a little fella.
You got to be naked when you're on top of a tractor trailer.
Okay.
I don't know how he got up there. Don't want to know.
Okay, here you go. So right up your boys' alley. You ready?
Oh, here it is.
Damn, barbecue.
Number 4. Mississippi barbecue joint shut down. Longtime favorite and local water and hole Misty's Rib Shack was shut down last Wednesday. Some of the customers were complaining of a foul odor and odd taste when it came to the barbecue they were being served. The management said they weren't sure about the complaints. That is until the health department was notified and came in for an impromptu inspection. What they found being served as barbecue is actually a number of odd ingredients. They had found their way into the barbecue, or where did I lost my line? They had been using roadkill, among other items. The possum, raccoon, and occasional armadillo found their way into the barbecue pit and being passed off as pork or beef. Gary Rich, the health inspector, said he thought there might even been remains of a canine that was found during their investigation. Yuck. Misty's Rib Shack is shut down for 90 days till all that evidence has been gone through, and a number of people confirmed that they had gotten sick. Charges to be filed later date.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going false.
I know the right answer to this.
What is it, Dave?
First thing is there's no smell just because there's roadkill. Second thing is, if he's barbecuing animals, meat is cooked the same way. It doesn't matter if it's frozen or stuff.
Yeah.
People are not getting sick by eating possum, or if it's cooked to the proper temperature and served with the same, you're not going to get sick.
Yeah, but in that story, that roadkill, if roadkill is on the road for the last week and a half, it's bad meat to start with, and you got to eat it.
That's true too.
That's bad meat, right?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if they're picking it up, but you know it's bad meat, by that point when you're looking at it, you can see that it's bad meat.
smell it too. I mean, it smells different.
Yeah.
So
the
going and
smell-
scraping up roadkill is easier than just going to the store and getting a
well, it's cheaper.
rack of ribs and
You got to save money. You know,
They can't get them. To
I
hang on.
watched the Beverly Hillbillies. Granny killed lots of roadkill and nobody died.
So what are you
Uh-oh.
saying? True or false, Dave?
Internet's going to kick off. The furnace kicked on.
Oosh. Big flash.
I say it is false.
You're saying false. What do you say?
I'll say false too.
Two falses.
false.
I was going to say, Bill, are you froze? What happened there?
Yeah,
Did you stop at Mrs.
debating whether to
Mrs.?
go against you for a change. It is false.
Yeah.
So look, 3-3 today.
Bill,
Well,
now you got to find where Missy's, because we'll be down there next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find Missy's rib shack and tell her the bad news.
Yeah.
We know about.
You guys ever go to Arkansas and stop down there at Nick's?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Place, I love that
Oh,
place.
shut up.
Disgusting, man. I was seriously, I've ate there many times, and every time I eat there, I give them another chance, and it's just terrible. Tastes like crap.
Yeah, I never had
Kind
it
of
yet.
like the Office Bar and Grill.
I give places second chances, dude. Yeah, and it's just they're
Like, Bill, you remember all the years we
Missy's Rib Shack.
here, man, and we never stop out there to Big Texan. And my wife said, what was it, last year? Last year she said, we need to stop at that place. And I said, I've never eaten there in all these years. I've been driving across here. I never stopped there. And we actually stopped there and ate. It's really good. It's real good. We stop there every chance we get.
Didn't you eat there last time you was out there, Dave, a few months back?
yeah.
Big Texan.
Yeah, the last time I went to that
72
shop.
ounce.
We literally sat there and watched this little skinny fella, man. He couldn't have weighed more than like 120 pounds soaking wet, eat that damn 5-pound steak.
Wow.
Well,
That doesn't
I
surprise me.
I don't
I
take much.
walk in.
I don't take much, dude.
I walk into the bar and I ordered the 8 ounce, and I'm happy.
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
Watch this little young kid out there. He couldn't be probably 20s, real skinny. Couldn't have been, like I said, more than 120, 130 pounds, man. He ate that
Just
old
like
thing
me.
40 minutes.
Yeah, just like you, Steve.
I couldn't do it. Not me.
All right. Well, that wraps up everything. I think we ought to we're at an hour and 7 minutes. I guess we ought to draw it to a close. Time flies when you're having
Oh,
fun.
we can't tell. We can't stay for a minute.
But okay, so yeah, everybody, thanks for watching, listening. However you take part, do us a favor and go and like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Hit the like button on the Facebook or about some Facebook. Hit the like
Oh.
button on the YouTube. It helps us out quite a bit.
Before we get
Flush
out of
down
here,
the drain.
guys.
Of the balls.
Before we get out of here, guys, we are going to be at the Mid America Truck Show this year.
Yeah.
We do have a booth. We are going to be booth 61012, I think, is our booth number.
61012.
We're going to be in the West End, but yes, we have a booth, and get a chance to stop by and check us out. I will get more information as we go, but yes, we are in the show.
And the exact booth number.
Yeah,
I
that
believe it
that
is.
booth number is a little suspect, but yeah, you'll find us. We'll be the three guys not really knowing what we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we talked about this before, but it is official now. We have been approved and have a place
61012. That is
61012.
I do have homework for you guys when we're at the show.
okay.
After there.
Oh, and
I'm going to cut out some cards and I'm going to shuffle them. I'm going to make these cards.
Uh-oh.
Shuffle them.
Uh-oh, big reveal.
There we go.
There it is.
there's one of them.
Oh,
There we go. Looks good.
that's yours, Steve.
It's good.
So
But anyways, I want to draw some cards up where you guys got to look for these people. A trucker with the cockroach killer cowboy boots and the hat that goes like this,
they
or
have to have the
hat
fishing
on
book up there.
backwards, headband, make up something. But face tattoo, we're going to be looking for the ones that make on these cards.
All
And we'll
right.
do like bingo deal.
Are we going to play a game with them?
Yeah.
I am going to bring the spin the wheel. So figure out how we can.
Click, 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 click.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do to get prepared for this whole thing.
Yeah.
This is a big step
Is that
for us.
March?
Arch.
March,
It is
yeah.
it's the 31st, 1st, and 2nd.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll be talking about it on every episode leading up, and then we're gonna do a little live action. We're gonna do some interviews, hopefully. I don't know. It's gonna be all improv. We're not gonna know what we're doing, but
Let me put it to you this way: the closer we get, the more nervous we get.
oh,
The more
already.
This shirt that he has on, don't you,
Bill.
Bill? That says Jeep and it has Dave on his shirt.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
my girly
Yeah,
shirt.
Jeep. Be sure to stop by and admire Dave's Jeep and tell him how you know some lesbians too. And
I do.
Does he have one of those rainbow colored ones too, or no?
it's
No,
like dark red,
Bill
but
has
it's
that bumper sticker on before I leave there.
I bought a Jeep pickup, and they're all giving me a hard time. So,
yeah.
Those aren't bad. I mean, it's not my preference. I've seen quite a few of them. The first time I saw one, I thought they looked kind of weird because you're still used
So
to
You
did I.
prefer the Subaru Outback?
No. All right.
All right, kids, we got to get out of here. Yeah, like and
All right.
subscribe, folks. Get a hold of us. We're on the Facebook. We're on Twitter. I've not been paying as much attention to the Twitter as much as the Facebook, but pretty much anything you put on any of these outlets, we'll get it right away. You can email the show at 3ftpodcast.org. Our website is 3ftpodcast.org, and you can actually make comments on each individual show right there on the website. And you can get a hold of us from there too. There's links. But anyway, we had a great time. Thanks a lot for joining us, Dan. It was great. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks. Glad somebody could tell some better stories on him.
Oh yeah, we could do that, but he said we were short on time, but we'd be here all night.
Yeah, we would be. It would be the whole show.
Yeah, maybe two or
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we'll see you in a fortnight. Until then, I've been Bill.
And Dave.
And Steve, thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful week.
Have a good one, folks.